welcome to Damsels, everybody.
Hey! Ooh, wah, 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 wah. We made it.
Yes. So let's just get started. Michael, do you have a spotlight?
I do. It'll be.
Let's have you hear it. You want to hear all about our ACD creators and we want to spread the love.
Yeah. This will be a short one, but a good one. Here, let me get. It's a very short one, but our friend B, who ran the Wilderver one-shot for us, and has made the wonderful world of Wilderver. I think they're just at Wilderver.
Yeah.
World of Wilderver online. Anyways, they're starting a podcast. It's called Parallel to Anywhere, and I thought it would be appropriate to shout it out because they're going to be posting their first episode this Saturday.
There's also a very active Discord community for them.
Yeah, they have a very active Discord community. They have the same artist that's done the art for Wilderver, and basically they're having a nice little linear story where their main character is jumping to multiverse, and doing that in the form of playing different types of TTRPGs. So I think it's very fun and a very ambitious podcast, so show them some support when it comes out. It'll be coming out February 19th. It'll probably be out already when this episode airs. But yes, go check them out. Parallel to Anywhere at P2 Anywhere on Twitter.
Woo.
So there we go. Yeah, I'm good.
We're gonna get started. Also, we're in season 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Season
Oh,
3.
Is that like autumn or?
No, it's always spring.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, technically you've been in autumn, but we can.
At least for Ellie, it's always spring.
Time is an illusion. I've been measuring the seasons based on Ellie's coat, and apparently it hasn't changed, so you know it's just gonna be for like an evergreen
Well,
year.
the series starts in early spring, and now you're in like mid-autumn.
Oh, everything's gonna be nice and orange. Oh, it's gonna be great. Everything's red. Look at the orange trees! Yellow, red!
Yeah, so originally, that's why our maps have been autumny, because you're in autumn. Last time on Dungeon Damsels, we were returning from a day trip at the beach. Luna and Glock went for a night ride together and discovered a hidden glade in the forest. The two remembered this place, and they find a rapier embedded in a stone at the center of a meadow of daffodils. Compelled by memories that were not quite their own, Glock and Luna pull the sword from the stone and are flooded with memories of their past lives with Lydia and Yarrow. Lydia is Luna's great-grandmother 5 generations back, and Yarrow was her first husband. Yarrow had been tragically murdered by Stony after he was cursed with lycanthropy and framed for murder. And Lydia dedicated many years to find a cure. With Luna and Lydia's memories now as one. And tell me if you agree with this. Luna feels confident that if she adheres to her tenets, she can overcome her curse.
Somehow, yes.
Okay, yes. Alright, yeah. After a tender moment of an apology for not saving him before his hero, Balak comforts Luna and tells her that he wants to focus on the future together instead of the lost past. The two then collapse to the ground as an entire, with basically 2 levels of exhaustion, because you have been flooded with an entire lifetime of memories and abilities.
It's time for a stress nap.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Ciara and her Uncle Lucious decide to trail Rune, a young man that has been acting strangely and has also been dating Luna's brother, Ryle. Lucious doesn't trust him and invites Ciara on a reconnaissance mission with him to investigate. They watch him traverse Perkins and go to a tavern. Afterwards, he escorts a very intoxicated woman home. He appears to only be going about his job as night watch, but when Ciara appears to the window of the woman's home, she witnesses Rune and the vampiric act of preying on the denizens of Verkus. With the help of magic, Rune has removed any trace of himself, the bite marks, the blood, and exiting quietly. and has thus gone undetected. Then Ciara unleashes track Rune into the forest where he meets two other vampires, a woman in a crimson dress and a woman in an emerald dress. It appears to be his superiors and question him on why he has not returned home, wherever that is. After some coercion, the superior vampire, a woman clad in scarlet, believes that Rune has fallen in love with Lionel and wants to stay in Burkus. After taking her time, she decides that Rune should simply turn Lionel into a vampire and they can go their merry way, or at least take him. While spying, Ciara and Lucious are caught by the women in Emerald, and the two try to flee. Not very well. Vampires can fly.
Work better with instruction. I'm not really good on the fly.
We can turn to that. Right. Candy goes for a night stroll. After her trance is complete and finds Order and Aravan outside a pub. A very drunk Order has a well-crafted saddle and is trying to convince Aravan that he should bear the honor of being his one and only steed. Aravan is not interested. And Candy comes over to try to dissolve the situation, then Order insists that they go inside for a drink as siblings and friends. While inside, Order can't contain his pleasant personality and starts a bar fight.
As you do.
As one does. So then he is careened across the tavern, and Keontae and Aravan have to traverse the sea of chaos to get to Order. They manage to do so when they pull Order out of the pub. Order serenades his sister with a drunken drunken melody that he wrote just for her.
On the spot, or?
He's been working on it.
Okay.
It's like, he had like
He has
this...
the lyrics in his pocket, and I have them now, I think.
Yes. He basically
He's been
compares
workshopping it.
Yeah, he's been workshopping it. He basically compares himself to like a little copper penny that was tossed aside, and then Keontae picks him up and put him in her pocket, and now they're together.
Sweet.
Yeah. And afterwards, Aravan asks if Keontae would mind talking, and so they go out into a field, and he expresses his frustrations at himself for not being a better brother, for not getting his family out of a toxic situation sooner, and for living in fear of his father. He then laments his situation for being born so close to Burkus. If he had been born 20 miles south, his life would have been very different. And Keontae relates to his problems, but doesn't know exactly how to help him, and it's there that Aravan makes his move. He holds her hand and says, I don't need you to solve my problems, I just want you to be with me. Keontae is shocked at the revelation of his feelings and retracts her hand as she has no idea what else to do.
We were rooting for you!
Oh, listen! He also feels guilty, okay? There's more...
We were all rooting for you!
Yes, and you feel guilty for... sorry, my screen got creepy. Yeah, Keontae wasn't exactly sure how to react, and Jinx, the black cat you had adopted, then goes into the forest. Aravan and Keontae run after her because she's a cat in the forest that can die. It's then that they are ambushed by Silverfang, leader of the Triple Crown Mercenary Guild. He removes his helmet and reveals himself as Thrannion, the eldest of Keontae's siblings. He has his subordinate, the witch in true honor of Jinx, and she is holding Aravan unconscious and captive. Meanwhile,
Dangerous cats.
Elandriel's back at the Arnell estate and is wrestling with how to feel about her childhood friend Bree being murdered by her best friend Luna and how to deal with that.
It's a process.
Yeah, she knows it's not Luna's fault while she was at the mercy of her lycanthropy, but has trouble dealing with it. Luna, who is Luna's mother Jade, who is also Elandriel's druid teacher, sits with Ellie and discusses life and death are simply a cycle. Bree is unlocked, she's going to be reborn into a new life form, be it tree, animal, or person. And this is a new lore thing that I made up. When someone dies, their personalities birth new spirits of what they like. So, like, if someone was a homemaker, they died, their death will birth like a house spirit, or just
A bread spirit.
Yeah, sure, why not? So, like, or if someone was really connected to the forest, they could birth, like, forest spirits, something like that. They're not part of the soul, they're just, like, kind of sentient energy.
The first.
Their vibes.
Mm-hmm. I like
the
it.
vibes.
Yeah. You add to the resonance of the world around you.
Alright, so, and then Elendria finds comfort in Jade's words, and they have a nice, quiet night of sitting and talking. Okay, where should we start?
Oh, where should we start?
I don't know. I remember I was carrying Orator because I bumped into Keontae while they were trying to put him to bed or something like that.
That's right, you were
No?
carrying him, yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Because
I'm
That's how they all
Yes,
went
well,
back to the
you're at
house
the,
and then...
You're at Luna's house with the
Mhm.
family. We dropped off Orator there so we could nap it off, and then you picked him up with a really good roll, and you've been
Oh,
carrying him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you carrying him through the whole conversation, or?
That's when Aravan and
Different
and,
times, different
Keontae
times.
had their, like,
Okay.
they split off.
We walked away after that point.
Okay, yeah, you guys. Okay, sorry, I didn't remember that at all.
That was
What are
okay.
you
It's been
talking
it's
about?
been a it's been a minute.
It's been a while.
Okay, well, let's go to. We're gonna be divided up this week, so sorry.
Well, initiative. No.
All right, so we're gonna go to the Ciara and Lucius fight, basically.
Get him! I'm rooting for you. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm with you in spirit. I'm.
Economy Jane with me
You died if
in the
you're
land
with
of the physical.
I'm booting up the roll 20.
Does this mean I can go onto it without crashing my internet? Oh my gosh, let's go.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Whole
visiting.
new. It's a whole new world.
Oh no! I can't finish that because it's copyright. But
That's not where we'll be. That'll do.
When you release the bloopers reel and we have like animated all of our characters just doing all the blooping.
Blooping. Oh, the blooping. Oh, the blooping.
It's like one of the clouds descends. It's like, computer problems, and Ellie's just like, here, let me just change. Ellie's voice drops. Let me just go take care of the camera real quick.
Let me just fix that. Yeah.
Ellie suddenly has like muscles, and she's like, let me just go plug this into the computer.
Did we stop recording? Oh, good. Oh, jeez.
Okay. Back in.
Okay, we're in it. Don't worry, we cut everything.
You're fighting. I was like, you and Lucius, are you guys?
We were trying to
You
run.
attempt to flee, and then the two vampires just show up in front of you again.
Yeah, and I
Is that
sent
a
my familiar in the
pomegranate?
opposite direction.
I like that they look like little witches.
So we'll have only two of the three went. So we'll say Rune was sent after the familiar,
Okay.
and so let's
Okay. Alright.
just start rolling. Roll for initiative.
Roll initiative.
So that's not a pomegranate.
I got 12.
It would be easier if you were fighting pomegranate.
a lot easier, actually.
They can't turn into a bunch of bats.
All right. So the woman in.
I mean, that's what those little seeds are, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
So the woman in emerald smiles and walks forward as she says, "I'll go for the female." And the Crimson Lady swishes her dress behind her, and then she squares off with Lucius and says, "Well, let's dance, Starboy." So we'll start off with the Crimson Lady, and she's gonna just. What do I have to first do? Oh, well, I threw in a bunch of flavors. So what happens is Lucius is going to go before her. So he immediately summons an aberration, which I'm just going to mark with a swear. Or a triangle. There we go.
It could be almost a heart.
It could be so many things.
So many things.
Oh,
sorry, wrong accent.
immediately summons his spear and spins it and points it to the side. Darkness coalesces from the shadows and an aberration claws its way to the black depths of the forest shadows. And the Crimson Lady raises a hand and gestures, bring it. The creature barrels forward towards her and makes a number of attacks. The first swing swings wide. Second swing, the Lucious activates an ability and a swarm of gray magic swirls around him. The second hit impacts the ground and cracks under the lady. He slashes again, impacting her in the chest, and she pushes the aberration's clenched meaty fist off her shoulder with kind of this annoyed fleck, like, oh, that's not bad. It's not devil magic. And we'll go to Ciara. What are you doing?
So, feeling a little less delighted at being cornered, and not quite outnumbered. She her eyes sort of just go blank for a moment, and she's going to actually take a look at where Oculus is currently. Flying through the woods, running away.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And
so you blink over there, you see Oculus flying. He has he's flown off, and Rune has not pursued chase. You don't see him.
All right, and feeling that she would like to bring it back towards her, she has Oculus will arc sort of back, but as it sort of almost clearing the tree line, she is going to cast through the ends of its feathers burning hands, and the object is any of the tree branches, because she kind of wants a small alert.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Greenpeace might have something to say about this. So, do we roll initiative against a tree?
Yeah, just roll to hit. I mean, the tree's freestanding, so I say just like roll your damage.
Sword against trees. Yes,
The
that's
tree
true. I'll
doesn't
just
have to
roll
roll
my
a
damage against the
save.
tree. Me versus the woods. I hope you have their stats up. Okay. So I'm just gonna cast it at level 1. So it's 1d6. Oh, I needed more of these. Let's just get more of these. To level 1. So she burns down, or she starts burning.
Yeah, so Oculus's wings
15.
ignite, and this
Just 19 damage points worth of trees.
Yeah, so like this wall of fire just sprays down across the tree line, and this big, orange skylight goes lighting up the night sky, being very obvious. And you've made a spectacle. That was your objective.
And so, as her eyes sort of come back, on vagueness, come back to her, she just sort of smiles. Just, there's just a nice little ember, coloration to the dark night, and she's got a readied stance. I don't know if I have another attack. I think it's a spell or an attack, right?
Yeah.
I don't.
So if you have a bonus action, you can do that. But
I got a bonus action, and casting shield on myself would be
it's a reaction.
It's a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it doesn't count as a bonus action?
No.
Okay.
No. If you were attacked, you could react, but you have not been attacked yet. So.
Okay, so she's just going to yeah, her swords are just in her hands, and she's just preparing, she's what's it called? Readying for
the attack.
First blow to come down. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, so this elven woman in green springs forward, and you see her just, it's almost ethereal, magical grace to her as she springs across the field and goes for a grapple. So we're in a contested grapple.
Okay.
You're a little buff kid, so you can do it.
I'm a buff boy. Alright, so it's my strength saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or is it just contested strength?
It's contested strength, so...
So that's a 14 plus my...
your strength modifier.
Strength modifier is +4, so that's an 18.
Oh, cool. You guys were evenly matched. So she comes and she's fast and lithe, and you know how to just kind of like anchor yourself down in the ground correctly, where you can match her and kind of just like move with her as she tries to like wrestle you around. I'll say that like she kind of has you. She's gonna attempt to bite you, but I'll give her disadvantage because she's busy.
Keeping her busy.
She rolled 2 18s.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so her bite attack is. Yeah. Okay. Bite attack. You feel the sharp fangs punch her into your side as you take 5 points of piercing damage. And you're like, all right, that's not bad. I can do this. Followed by a wave of 18 necrotic damage.
Oh dear. Can my shield be a reaction now?
Yeah, you can have it be a reaction where you don't take that damage. That's fine. Yeah. So
we would like.
Yeah, you're wrestling with her, holding her hands together. You see her fangs elongate, and then you concentrate and bring up this wall of yellow ethereal energy. And you see as these fangs just like try to penetrate the shield, and you just see the sheer feral energy emerging from her, trying to just claw her way through this shield.
Yeah, it's just I would like to add the +5 to my AC because I don't have my armor on me.
Yeah.
That's 10 +2 +5. That's wow, I have better armor class now.
We'll go back to the dance of Lucious and the Crimson Lady.
So do I take the necrotic damage, or it's still 5 + 18, right?
You don't take any of the damage because it didn't hit.
Oh, okay, cool. All right,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was listing the correct amount of damage. Okay.
So back to the other dance team, we have her say, "That's not bad, is that devil magic?" She says, "Oh, well, I can't give away my secrets, we just met." And her eyes flash this blue as she extends her hands toward the aberration, and these blue ribbons made of ethereal star-like magic wrap gently around his strange aberration, and then immediately drag it into the shadows. The creature shrieks as it is abruptly pulled across the ground and vanishes into the shadows. She vanished it. I flavored it that way. Now have you all myself handsome? Sorry, I'm mixing my accents. I got you all myself handsome. Oh, you don't play hard to get, do you? No.
Little forward.
And they fall into this basically battle dance. Lucius' spear glows as he makes a lunge at her. The first one cuts her side, he feints left and swoops the other direction. She takes a few more cuts as Lucius twirls around her at this blinding speed, and you can hear her start to laugh, saying, "Oh, this should be fun." And you're starting to think that, okay, yeah, alright, yeah, Lucius can do this, until you see her just drag her claw across his chest and armor, cutting through the leather, and blue blood spills across the ground. And Lucius steps back and he's like, "Oh, that's all you got." Give it a second. And black tendrils of necrotic magic surges forward from the cut. Lucius screams and clutches his stomach. Oh, what's that it is? I still got fighting me. And next she'll move away with her legendary action, just briefly. And we'll go back to Ciara and the elven lady in green. So, She is going to basically attempt to claw you. So she's gonna make two claw attacks against you.
Well, I think you still have your shield up because it lasts until your next round.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's
Next.
It's my shield for now until like how long does it last?
I think until your turn again. Until your turn comes up.
Okay.
Because it's 1 round.
And okay.
Yeah.
I think hers are hard. The 26 hit.
Oof.
It definitely hits that.
Yeah. So she is fast, and your shield is up, but she just goes around it. And then you see her just like dive like to the side and then twirl up and you feel her claw just like right across your back. As you take 28. Okay, go for it. Where is it? 28. Okay, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And she goes for another claw attack, and you take 8 points. Her second attack was a 25.
Oh yeah, that hits. If it's anything above 17, it hits.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Alright.
her attack. Is she seems to be pretty excited about this dance and go to like someone's got little one.
And Ciara just sort of like there's just a little flash of white in her face as she sort of just like snarls a little bit under her breath, and she can realize at this point she knows at this point they're very much out of their depth, looking at Lucius and the fun that's happening on that side of the battlefield, and considering where she's at, how far? You know what? And she sort of like so Ciara sorry, I had to think about this. She sort of just just fighting me yet. I'm just bluffing a little because she's kind of freaking out. There's fighting me. There's fighting me yet. And she will. Okay. Let's see. So she is going to cast Booming Blade to attack. So with her sword, she will fight.
Yeah.
She'll cast Booming Blade on her attack. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll to attack.
Raise your sword.
Yeah.
You're gonna fight. I'll show you.
So I got fighting me yet. Does 17 plus 17.
It's a big hit, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And so sorry, it's been a minute. So she does 1d8 plus 6 slashing damage. Oh, plus that's another one. There you are. All right. That is 10. And sorry, 10 plus 6 is that's 16.
Yeah.
Wow, that's easy math that I got. Yeah. And so when she casts it and she strikes, there is a sort of tremor in the air around her, and if she moves, it will continue to deal damage. So
Yeah. So you.
And
So you like swing your blade around and bring it over your head and then slash across her dress as her you see black blood spill across the green silk of her fancy dress, and she looks at you. Oh, you're about to regret that one.
She's like, oh, well, don't think that you had to deliver on a promise. And Ciara just like moves a little out of threat range, and up until this point, she's been pretty sturdy, but she's not quite sure how Lucius is doing, and she doesn't feel quite comfortable zoning back into Oculus at this moment to see how far they are. But she is putting it into effect that she wants Oculus to get as close to help as possible. Here, set the forest on fire. Now go find some friends.
Go find some friends.
Go find friends. Go find friends now.
Okay. All right. We are gonna jump over to.
Hello, this is Tiffany, your GM for Dungeon Damsels. We update on Wednesdays and Saturdays now at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have merchandise on our Redbubble and on links via the Linktree. We also have coffee and a Patreon if you wish to donate to us. Please like, subscribe, and comment, as we would love to hear from you. You can also find us on basically every podcast platform out there if you can't sit down and listen to a YouTube video. And if you're wondering why we don't stream, it's because my internet can't support it. But regardless, thank you for listening and watching. And remember to be kind, inclusive, and loving.